Hey there, Morbid Maniacs. It's time for another spooky video, part of Vlogtober. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm going to be talking all about the Bonaventure Cemetery. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to say that if you're new here, hi, my name is Melanie, and here it is Halloween 24/7. We post spooky videos year-round. However, throughout the month of October, we go full on out and we post 31 videos for 31 days straight of nothing but spooky content for your viewing pleasure. So if you would like to, it would mean the world to me if you stuck around, subscribed, and became a part of this little Morbid Maniac family. Located in Savannah, Georgia, originally named the Evergreen Cemetery. It's located along the Wilmington River. It sat on 70 acres of the former Bonaventure plantation. However, it soon became very obvious that the city's existing cemeteries were reaching full capacity. Evergreen was designed in a traditional Victorian style, with blossoming flowers in the spring and tall oak trees which were covered in Spanish moss. The land was first purchased in 1762 by John Mullen, but Mr. Mullen's land would be seized by the local authorities and auctioned off to the public. The property would change hands 3 times until 1907, when the city of Savannah purchased it. Savannah would turn it into one of the 4th of 5 cemeteries in which the city owned. They would soon change the name to the Bonaventure Cemetery and expand the graveyard to 160 acres of land. It was redesigned to hold a greater number of grave sites. Though it's a cemetery, it was and is very common for locals to meet up and go for walks, as well as have picnics here, being one of the most beautiful and photographed cemeteries in the country. Soon a novel would be written based off the Bonaventure Cemetery, which would later become a major motion picture known as Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Barron. Due to the novel, the cemetery grew to be more popular and many legends began surrounding it. It's been said the cemetery holds many hauntings, including that of monuments and statues, one of which being named Little Wendy. This is the statue of a little girl and is believed to be haunted by the ghost of Lorraine Greenwood, the little girl who posed for the artist Sylvia Shaw Judson. The statue once stood over the Trousdale family plot, but because of its success in the film and novel, it would become very idolized. The cemetery would donate her to the Telfair Museum of Art to avoid being vandalized. And not long after, another statue of a little girl would grow to be very popular. And this statue is that of Gracie Watson, also known as Little Gracie. Gracie was the daughter of W.J. and Frances Watson, who managed the Pulaski Hotel, which is now demolished on Johnson Square. While living, Little Gracie loved to play and entertain the guests who were staying inside of the hotel. Sometimes she would lead them outside to play with her among the trees. Little Gracie would unfortunately pass away 2 days before Easter of pneumonia in 1889. Her parents were understandably very devastated by this, and they would commission for John Walls to create her grave marker. Walls would create this amazing statue of Little Gracie just by using a photograph. For years, many people claimed to see a little girl dancing along Johnson Square where the hotel used to be, matching Gracie's description. People have also seen her spirit running through the bushes as well as playing with people. The legend states that she will appear as any other living little girl, wearing a nice little blue dress and playing and talking to you as if everything is normal. But she is known to vanish without a trace as soon as you get too close. Visitors will often leave toys for her, especially around Christmas, for her to play with. Many will also place coins onto her grave. And it's been said that if you take away her toys, that she will begin to cry tears of blood. Why you would want to take away her toys, I don't know. It's also said that if you place a coin onto Gracie's statue and you circle her statue 3 times, that this coin will disappear. And somewhere I heard that photos which are taken of little Gracie, that her expression sometimes changes. According to the novel, the former plantation would catch fire during the 1700s and would occur during a dinner party. Servants would carry the table and chairs after them, and the dinner party would continue by the light of the raging fire. The host would continue to entertain his guests who raised their glasses to him, his home, and the fire. The conclusion being that the host would dramatically smash his crystal glass against an oak tree, and the guest would follow after a toast. Many have stated that if you listen closely, you can hear the faint laughter and shattering of their glasses. The Bonaventure Historical Society will confirm that the cemetery was indeed a former plantation, and that the mansion on the estate would catch fire twice in 1771 and again in 1800. However, there was no evidence that the fire would interrupt a party that would resume as the house continued to burn. There is also the story of Minerva, the voodoo priestess, who was a character within the novel. Minerva was based off an actual Savannah resident named Valerie Phenol Aiken Bowles. In the story, the woman would travel to the cemetery at night on a boat. Grounds would be closed, but she would proceed to trespass onto the property. Guard dogs would be on the premises. Now, according to the legend, the priestess would actually use soils and dirt from in the cemetery in her rituals and spells, which is actually a pretty normal thing in witchcraft to use graveyard dirt. The guard dogs are also said to haunt the Bonaventure Cemetery. Many visitors of the cemetery report hearing the sounds of dogs snarling, growling, and barking while they are within it. These dogs will actually chase them out of the cemetery. And many of the statues within the cemetery, such as angels or shrubs, are known to change their facial expressions. One of these statues is of Corinne Lawton, who actually unalived herself. She is known to show many different emotions, such as sadness, sorrow, and peacefulness. But she is also known to smile at visitors, and some have claimed to see a figure sitting on the bench late at night. Sounds of babies crying near infants' graves, children giggling, or dogs barking angrily when nothing is around are all some of the hauntings you can find while visiting the Bonaventure Cemetery. So there is the creepy story of the Bonaventure Cemetery. What do you guys think of the story? And have you ever visited there, or have you ever been there if you live close by and experienced anything spooky? Please feel free to leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to hear your story. I believe I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I absolutely love the look of cemeteries and just creepy statues and tombstones which are within them. I have no idea what it is. I just have always been drawn to them, and this is one of those cemeteries for me. I also feel bad for little Gracie. Like, I hope her spirit is able to find peace. But let me know what you guys think, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become a morbid maniac. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification. That way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And be sure to head on over to that second channel, Mel Vlogs, where I will be posting all of my vlogs, all of my other random content for you all. And I love you so much, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.